And we have the next guests are Sebastian Creischer and Anja Mrosowski. From Mitsubishi Electric is Anja, and Sebastian is from ICONICS, and they will talk about platforms, IIoT, AI. How does this come all together, Anja?
The answer will be given in our presentation,
okay.
So I don't want to
spoil
anything just now. Yeah.
So you're partners?
That's right.
Okay.
We're partners. We're 100% the same company. So
okay.
I will introduce that later in the presentation. ICONICS is part of the Mitsubishi Electric group. So we're direct colleagues.
Okay. Stage to you.
All right then. Thank you so much for having us. First of all, I want to introduce myself. So my name is Sebastian Creischer. I'm a business development manager at ICONICS, and I work with all kind of customers or partners directly to create the use cases, to get pressure on the street, but also to work very closely with our group company, Mitsubishi Electric.
Yeah. I just wanted to introduce myself now because I don't want to interrupt the presentation later on. So my name is Anja Mrosowski, and as I already was mentioned, I will be working with Mitsubishi Electric, and I'm business development manager there. And my main topics are all about digitalization. And now, Sebastian, the stage is yours.
All right, then. We'll see you later in that presentation. Okay. Starting right away, so we wanted to give you a different kind of introduction today. So we're focusing on the manufacturing part, and we want to convince you why a flexible smart factory platform or a software platform is necessary for a smart factory approach, and where do we and how can we distribute intelligence within a factory? We heard and we will hear a lot more about AI, algorithms, etc. So in the future, we will see like hundreds or thousands of applications. And how do we manage them? Because it's the same with your equipment. You have a lot of equipment in your factory, within a line, within a plant. So there will be all kind of algorithms and intelligence in there. How can we distribute that correctly? Starting up front, very, very short, who's ICONICS? So we do business for almost 40 years now. We started back in the day with the idea to bring this new upcoming software technology called Windows into the industry. And we progressed from there, and we are now a whole software platform for all kind of different industries, of course, for manufacturing, but also there are applications in smart buildings, in energy generation, distribution, and infrastructure. And for almost 5 years now, we are part of the Mitsubishi Electric group within the factory automation division. And I think I don't have to say too much about Mitsubishi Electric itself. So Mitsubishi Electric is a well-known and established leading brand for automation products, for equipment, for line management, etc. But what you might not be aware of is that Mitsubishi Electric invested a lot into digitization and has an own AI technology and is now a provider of holistic smart factory solutions within OT and IT, and is doing that for more than 100 years now. Starting with the question, what is a smart factory? Everyone hears this buzzword, and there are so many definitions. Let me give you my impression on this topic. So what does a smart factory platform bring to the table? First of all, there are some basic functions that you should be aware of. So, of course, there should be some SCADA and control capabilities for collecting data and for controlling your plant, because at some point you want to optimize your manufacturing process, and your software has to send down controls to the plant directly. You have to design HMIs, so a dashboard. You have to log all your high-speed real-time data for FDA approval processes, for example, but also maybe just to document that for traceability purposes, that your product went in a high quality. You want to you want to work on your alarms, so you need an alarm management, so you want to get rid of any faults that could happen within a manufacturing process. You need an advanced reporting on top of that. For example, an ESG report, so for a sustainability report nowadays is becoming more and more critical. And you have to orchestrate all the data that is happening in a factory. Remember, we're talking about the whole factory, not a single product or a controller or a PLC, but a whole plant that is maybe even distributed throughout the world. On top of that, we have the data, and then we want to get some. We want to improve our efficiency, so you want to have a OEE calculation. You want to do energy management, general performance analytics. We're here for AI purposes, so predictive and preventive maintenance is a big topic, and preventive maintenance by counting circle times, for example. You want to improve your quality and get a general insights through KPIs, so key performance indicators. You want to dive deeper into your data, so you want to create new insights. There are some kind of technologies that you want to add to a platform. For example, edge analytics. I'm going to talk about edge analytics later. We're going to want to add AI or machine learning technologies. We want to use digital twin methods, so to have a single point of truth for all your information about your machine, your product, your thing anywhere. You want to integrate IT with OT to have a full overview of all of your processes. You want to analyze them, and you want to have a remote control, so it's not necessary to stand right in front of the plant anymore. So that opens the next topic, is mobility. In today's world, works through phones. So we want to have everything on our phone, right? So there are connected operators, maintenance or technicians, service personnel, for example, that have a maintenance app. We want to create a remote service center, as you can see it in the picture. So maybe there is a room where you observing all of your processes throughout the world and have a single source of truth for operating your plants. You want to have a plant management. Maybe your plant in Brazil is different than your one in China, and how can you improve them and compare them? You want to create your own dashboards. You want to do an asset management, and as I said before, you want to have apps. But why all of this, and how can I know this is quite a lot and quite challenging, but that's something a proper smart factory platform brings to the table. And to compromise this and to make it easier for our partners and for our customers, together within Mitsubishi Electric, we worked on a methodology that we call Smart Manufacturing Kaizen Level, so SMKL. You will find that that's a methodology on where we want to help you to reach your digitization goals. Maybe that's an AI goal, but we figured out we have to start up front. So yes, you want to create AI models and algorithms, etc. But first of all, you need the data. You have to collect the data, connect your machines, and start visualizing them, because that's the very first intelligence. If you visualize the raw data, an experienced worker, for example, sees with the visualization, how can I improve my my operation, for example. You start analyzing the data, the raw data, with technologies like AI, ML, etc. And with the knowledge you receive from this cycle, you can then go ahead and optimize your production processes and again, come back to the visualize part and visualize the information that the algorithm will bring up. To start collecting data, you have to connect your machines. And in today's world, as I said in the introduction, in your factory, there will be all kinds of equipment or sensor providers, machine providers. A plant has thousands of brands within a machine. Even a single machine has thousands of brands within the single machine. So we thought basically, if I'm allowed to say it like this, we don't want to care about your automation system. What kind of brand are you using? Of course, we would like you to use a Mitsubishi Electric product, but the reality is there are all kind of others, and we still have to connect those information. And so, proprietary solution wouldn't be the right fit for that. So we say, okay, we want to go through the aspect of universal connectivity and go through open protocols like OPC as a well-known and well-established protocol, or Modbus. We have an upcoming IoT standard called MQTT. We have, of course, Ethernet IP. We have BACnet. BACnet has the same popularity within building management like OPC in manufacturing. Modbus, we have to bring web services to connect other solutions, and we need a REST API. So basically, we want to add anything. That's the idea behind that, and that's what's necessary if you want to control your whole factory. And that's how you could imagine a simplified architecture of how these platforms actually work. You see that down here on the bottom right part. So we connect the OT, the thing, the machine, the equipment, whatever it is, through any kind of APIs, for example, through OPC UA, and receive, or we pull the trigger, the data into our platform. You should, as I said before, you should also be capable of pushing down information to control the plant, but that's another thing. On the top right, you see the IT level. So there are any kind of databases, a plant historian, some upcoming analytics tools, for example, an Azure ML, and so many others, or as we saw in the presentation before. And also those systems are connected to the platform for traceability reasons, so we can have all kind of information in a centralized HMI, in a centralized system, and then the magic happens there. We start calculating, we start doing some research, some analytics on those by defined rules, and then you see that on the top, we publish those information that on your self-defined rules and create value to your process by visualizing the information within a dashboard. But let me use this graphic real quick because I want to introduce you to all kind of possible spots where AI could happen in this picture. For example, we see it down there in the robot itself. So we have embedded AI. So there is an algorithm, there's intelligence within the product itself. It's from the vendor, from the manufacturer, from Mitsubishi Electric, for example. We will hear an example about this later by Anja. And probably you will not have a single robot in your factory and throughout the world. So, and you cannot have the process of standing in front of the robot and waiting for a notification or something. So you need to collect this information and bring it to a centralized point, to a single point of truth, which is a platform. A typical other smart factory AI spot is the edge, through the edge computing itself. So for example, which is typically a IoT gateway, which is located right next to a machine and taking care of several data streams. So there could be potentially also be several AI services on this IoT gateway to identify any issues, any problems, and send notifications again to the platform where you can collect and all these information. The intelligence could be located right in the platform itself. So in the ICONICS suite, we have a dedicated environment to where you can place your models. You can place very easy you can start with an easy math, so data stream 1 plus data stream 2, for example, but you can also locate your real AI intelligence there. We will see that later. Something I want to keep short is there could be some third party within the IT world. In your cloud system, for example, there are services available, but we want to focus today on the OT level. Looking at your factory, you see that in the picture below. There are all kind of information. So you want to, as I said before, add this through PLCs. You want to add this through energy meters, through additional sensors or I/O links, for example. Sometimes you add new information manually because there is some kind of error occurred. You add databases, or a different SCADA system, could be anything. And within the platform, there are some features that have so-called platform services for the commanding. So there could be also on top of that a business intelligence engine. You can create workflows. You have a load balancing for all your incoming data. So basically the platform services taking care of the data management and how you want to structure your solution. On top of that, you design any kind of application. This could be a energy management application, that could be a fault detection, could be a quality management, whatever it is. Plus, if it is a cloud solution, for example, in Microsoft Azure, within a Microsoft Azure instance, there are other additional services that you can bring to the table. And all of this is something you have to do, you should have to do on your own, or you just use a off-the-shelf product for that that is highly flexible. So let me summarize that. There are millions of things, millions of data streams that you want to add at some point to your platform to manage your whole factory. With a solution, with the Smart Factory platform, you can shrink down the information to what is necessary. So we heard that in the past, connected to anything, receive all data. That might not be the solution for your application. So you compromise that, and then there is a different environment where you can add calculations, add codes, add intelligence, and in the end, you see your new insights on your dashboard, on your screen. The screen could look however you want it. So I brought some examples with me. For example, for an iPad, for a tablet solution, where you want to add some further information about your energy generation process. We see it on the big screen on the monitor, where you want to compare all kind of lines within your factory with each other. What is the performance of each line, and why is it different to other lines, even though it's almost the same? And you could also receive notifications on your watch if you're a service technician, and an AI algorithm detected, hey, you should, one of your equipment is about to break, you should take care of it. Please go there and have a look on it. It's all coming from a platform, so from a single point of truth. So I want to keep that short because I think that's something that you heard, all of you heard, with AI, with data, you are capable of creating data-based processes. So as a self-service, you have a fault detection, it improves your decisions, it reduces response times and waste, for example, in operation costs, only by utilizing a dedicated platform. Talking about the platform at this point, I want to hand the microphone over to my colleague Anja, because she want to dive deeper into some examples within the Mitsubishi Electric Group.
Thank you, Sebastian. As Sebastian already told you, I'm going to highlight some examples and also will explain to you why we think that AI will exist on different levels in manufacturing areas. So as you can see on the slide, we think that AI will be visible from the component over the machine, whole lines, the plant into the cloud. And why do we think that? Yeah, If you think about old Hollywood movies, for example, where you have a supercomputer villain, a villain AI, and all robots that are evil, and as soon as the supercomputer AI is destroyed, everything shuts down at once. And I will tell you why in manufacturing this is not the way it's going to happen. So in reality, in the manufacturing area, we are all about milliseconds and nanoseconds. For example, when we are drilling a hole, we don't have the time to talk to the central cloud and wait until we get the answer. And even if it wasn't a problem with the reaction time, there's also the problem that servers cost a ton of money, and we simply want to save money. And the third reason why we think AI will be on all levels in manufacturing area is simply also the security aspect. If you have a system that can be shut down completely by just one point attack, maybe you don't want this in reality because your whole production line would stay still. In the following, I'm going to explain to you the first level of AI, which Sebastian already showed you the different levels that there are. And the first level is the embedded AI. And I'm going to explain to you how Mitsubishi Electric was able to make our AI algorithm as small as possible so that it is embeddable on various edge devices. So just to make it short, we were able to reduce the calculation leads of the we were able to reduce the calculation leads, and therefore were able to reduce the memory space, and therefore it's embeddable on edge devices and also directly into our products. And talking about our products, for example, you can see here on the picture we have AI already embedded into our servos, and because our servos are also in our robots also have embedded AI and embedded AI functionalities. You can see on the right side on this slide that we have I would like to say, the common predictive maintenance, preventive maintenance, and corrective maintenance advantages by using this embedded AI. But also you have to keep in mind that we are able to have real-time reaction, the possibility to react in real time with our AI embedded on the products. And also, the setup time of this AI is really short because there is no setup time. It is already embedded on the products, and therefore, as soon as you start the robot, the AI is working. And one of the main benefits that I will show you in a little video is that the AI teach it itself, so it improves the product, the processes. In this video, you can see on the one side the robot with the beer fitting before the AI learned, and on the other side after the AI learned. And you can see that it was able to improve in time. And we all know that time is money, and therefore the AI helps us to save money in the end. So as you can see on the left side, it's still working. The other side is already finished. Coming back to the point that we need a platform in the background to use all of the benefits in the best way. You may wonder why you need the platform in the background if you have your robot and it has embedded AI. But it's very simple, because in the factory floor, we are not only seeing just one little robot. Most likely we have hundreds of robots in the factory floor, and you want to track the performance of all your machines that are on the factory floor. You want to analyze data trends and also identify areas for improvement. And at best, you want to do this by only using one single interface. And that's why it's important to have a platform in the background where you can gather all the data on a central point. Now I'm coming to the next level of AI, which is in this case the edge level. And there I also brought you a little example, because nowadays we are facing some difficulties. And the challenges of today are, for example, that we have a shortage of labor and the older experienced workers are going into retirement, and the skills and knowledge is lost. So the new employees don't know what the data means and how to react to it. They don't know the processes as well, and they have a lack of experience and intuition. And therefore, they don't know how to operate or interpret the data that they are giving. I have some little example scenario for you. We think about a little factory for pasta dough creation that works in a 2-shift operation. And in the first shift, we have a highly experienced worker. He creates good quality and only few reject materials. And in the second shift, we have a new employee. And this new employee, as I already said, is not as experienced, and therefore the quality of the product is a little bit lower, and also he's creating a little bit more rejects. So in this case, the operator of the machine has to determine the stirring time for the pasta dough. And such a little scenario is perfect for AI tools, for example, like our AI tool, MyLab. And if you want to go the way to use AI, you have to go through some solution steps. And the first step, of course, is that you have to set a goal. In our case here with the pasta dough, the manager wants to keep the same KPIs as soon or as quick as possible. And then you have to think about the relevant data and need to read in this data into our system. In our case with the pastry dough, we have the wheat quantity, the flour quality or in quantity. We have humidity in the factory, we have the temperature, and all these different factors can change the outcome of the product. Then you have to create an analysis model using AI and continuously analyze your data. And here our software, MyLab, comes into place, and then we will be able to achieve the set goal. Here's a little overview of how MyLab looks, and maybe you think that an AI software needs to be very complicated, and in our case, this is not the truth in our case. MyLab is a very simple to use tool that not only, you don't need to be a data analyst to use it. It guides you through the process by asking you some little questions. For example, what is the purpose of your analysis, and what is the parameter that you want to adjust. In our case, it's the kneading time for the pastry dough. Afterwards, the MyLab creates directly an AI algorithm, and if you like, it's possible you can also adjust this algorithm, but normally it's completely fine and to just stick to the AI-generated one. And afterwards, you will get a result with some visualization and how good your data quality is, what kind of parameters are affecting your outcome, and you can directly see what is the perfect kneading time in any situation. No matter what quality the flour has, what humidity in the factory floor is, you will always have the perfect operating time for the new employee. Coming back to the topic with the platform approach, also with a software that is, for example, on the edge level, that means on an IPC near the machines or something like this. If you have a big amount of data, it's important to have the knowledge on one single point of truth, as Sebastian already highlighted. And therefore here, in this case, also the platform approach is the perfect way for us. Now also mentioning the last point, which is the way into the cloud. And of course, MyLab is not only suitable for edge level AI, it's also possible to run MyLab in the cloud if you like. And also, when we have third-party products and we are looking in the cloud, it's very important that we have one common platform in the background, because we just need to think about the security in the future. And you may need to be able to versionize everything that you are offering your customers, and therefore this common platform is needed. In the end, our motivation, because we want to have AI on our products, is very simple. We want to stay competitiveness throughout Europe, in Germany, all over the world. And we think this will be only possible in the future by using AI products, because nowadays nearly every country can provide you with good products, but yeah, the added value comes in place when we have AI on board and can even optimize more our processes with the AI. So, heading over back to Sebastian.
Thank you, Anja. So, as we heard, IT and OT is growing together. We see that within our own company as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't be acquired a few years ago. But let me summarize that we now saw two examples of one embedded AI, which comes directly within the product. You want to have these information at some point. You have to collect these information. Same with when you have a tool for edge analytics, like MyLab, where you're going to create an algorithm, create intelligence, and deploy it somewhere. And plus, as I said before, there will be many, many more AI applications. It's not only Mitsubishi. There will be also other companies driving new features and new insights. This AI, this intelligence, will not be located on a single level, but will be distributed at some point throughout all levels within a factory. And you need a unified, a centralized environment where you can collect the information, react to the information, and optimize your processes by connecting it with your IT, so your system, your enterprise software, your OT, so your system, and bring everything to the table and have it in a single dashboard as you like. Last but not least, I want to invite you to try for a trial to try our Mitsubishi Electric Asset Portal. So that's very interesting for you if you are about to try, or you want to do your first experiences with IoT, if you want to monitor a line, if you want to improve a line, if you want to connect your whole factory. At Mitsubishi Electric with the Asset Portal, we have a standardized, ready-to-use solution for that to connect your system, connect your device, and visualize all kind of information and receive first impressions. And we would like to help you throughout your phase. And yeah, just feel free to reach out. We will support you on that. And I'll show you where you can sign up for this, for the free trial. Last but not least, I just want to highlight 3 use cases that you might want to check. So it's with FL Smith in the mining industry, so crushing with a crusher. They have a predictive maintenance use case. And there is another use case. We're at Tefal about energy analytics. And last but not least, a Microsoft use case, because they are connecting their buildings, and what they do is they have a downtime prevention by collecting alarms and then calculating what is the worst error and where do we have to start to lose less money.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Anja, thank you very much. Come on stage, please. I have one very short question, because when it comes to AI, we need to discuss about the AI Act and certification apps and ops. Sorry, and in my opinion, the platform is a standard for certification apps for the future when we talk about the AI Act. Or am I wrong?
No, I would say you're completely right. Okay. Yeah, we need one platform in the background to also ensure that the certification is handed down to all the products that need it. Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the Security Cyber Resilience Act is also coming in the next 36 months or something. Very important topic, I think. Yes. And a lot of machine building companies are, in my opinion, are not realizing what is coming there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to speed up a little on this. In general, I think not us as Mitsubishi Electric, but like the whole branch, exactly. But that's something you can cover. It's just like what we face quite often are FDA processes, for example, security processes. That's something you can certify as soon as you have your platform in place and standardize processes. And that's what we want to provide.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you. For you too.